Enjoy it.
Hello everybody, it's really wonderful to spend a little bit of time with you. This video is going to be for all the kids and the parents out there from Father's House and beyond. So really looking forward to a time of connecting and just taking some pressure off, and let's just engage in a conversation this morning. So kids, parents, I hope you're all watching. I hope you can gather around the couch or wherever you are, on the bed, on the floor. And I've got a challenge right from the beginning, and that is to put all the devices down and only choose one that you can huddle together, because I'm going to need your help to participate. I'm going to need your help to fire up some comments, to give me a thumbs up or your favorite emoji, and really just to have parents and kids connect together with us this morning or this afternoon, whenever you are watching. So lined up for the next few minutes, we'll connect a little bit. We will have some fun, we'll do some exercises, we'll bring a bit of kids' church to your home, and then we'll do some nice things about Mother's Day and a craft, and we'll also hear from a professional, just some of the more serious things that lockdown has brought to our homes. So speaking of engaging on your devices, I'm sure all kids and parents have had a lot of screen time over the last few weeks, but that's unavoidable, and we also celebrate the fact that we get to do this over our screens. So you have practiced your thumbs really well, and you know which emojis are your go-tos, you've got your favorites. So I want you to start off by showing us which emoji do you want to choose to describe how lockdown's been going. So parents, maybe you want to share yours, or kids, you want to jump on here, whether it's a thumbs up or a crying face or I don't know what. But why don't we see those in the comment section? We've got a whole bunch of leaders that are waiting to engage with you, and we want to hear from you. We want to connect again with our kids that we miss so much, and the parents we are so used to greeting week by week. We really miss you guys. And maybe it's time now to show your moms and dads and grannies and grandpas some of the cool things we do at church on Sunday. So we've prepared your favorite song, one of your favorite songs, and one of our two leaders that have always been at church, and they meet and greet you every Sunday on the stage, 6 and 7. They help us with worship. They've prepared a really fun video for you, and they want to share some actions and some moves to a song. Enjoy.
We're gonna stretch now, so let's go. Left, and right, and up, and down, and up, and down. One last time, and up, and down. Okay, now we're gonna jog. Let's jog. Yes, let's jog. It's left, right, left, right, left. Yeah. Okay, left, right, left. Right, and twist, and twist, and twist, and twist, and swing, and hey kids, I hope you had a sip of your water. So now we're gonna do our favorite song, Deep Cries Out. So get your mom, get your dad, get your dog. We're about to teach them something new. Okay, so we're gonna start from stirring, right? Remember where we stir? So let's do it, because we're stirring up deep, deep wells. We're stirring up deep, deep water. We're going to jump in the river and then jump in the river. Okay, then we get to our chorus. Here goes. Deep cries out to you. Deep cries out to you. Then we cry out to you, Jesus. Struggling there, but 6, We'll get it right. We'll get it right. Okay. So I hope you guys are doing well. We can't wait to see you. High five. Well done, 6. Bye, kids.
Right, I hope you guys are all stretched out and warmed up. Thank you 6 and 7 for helping us to get moving a little bit. I hope you danced away and sang along. Parents, I hope you're still with us because this next part is for you. We've got just a minute or two with Chriselle Prinsloo, who runs Kip McGrath in Warmer here in PE, and she's got some wonderful insights that she wants to share with you. So kids, I've got another project for you. We're going to make a secret surprise for Mom for Mother's Day. So while your parents watch this next part, why don't you run around quickly and go get some paper while your parents watch this little clip from Chriselle. Chriselle, catch us up a little bit. What do you think is going on? What are parents saying to you at this time?
Yeah, thank you so much, Alzan. It's really lovely to chat to you. And yes, I think it is an extremely challenging time. And first of all, I'd like to acknowledge and say that I realize that everybody is experiencing some kind of trauma throughout all of this. Whether it is being locked in on your own, whether it is financial strain that people are going through, everybody's having their own experience of this exact same situation. And I think that this is an important time for us to show compassion, whether it is someone who's now in a lockdown state with their family, or whether it's a parent who has to start homeschooling or schooling from home, whatever you want to call it. So I think first of all, it's important for us to realize that both the parents and the children are definitely going through some kind of trauma, and there's a sense of loss, whether it is a sense of loss of just movement or freedom or seeing their friends. And I think it's important to start with sort of that psychological background of how we're all experiencing this, which obviously has an effect on the day-to-day functioning of families and the stresses that they now have to face. So I think on a more practical level, one of the things that's really something that I've become aware of is the fact that we can't just assume that every family has access to unlimited internet. And it's almost like we've got these two groups of families, the one who will have access to the internet and that's being bombarded with everything that's happening online. And then the other parents who just don't have access to internet, who don't necessarily have a laptop or a tablet at home for their kids to be able to access their work. Some of the parents that I've been in contact with only have a cell phone. And for them to have to access everything via their mobile data on a cell phone with a small screen it's a challenge. We're all in the same boat. We're experiencing different things in the same boat. But for parents, I feel especially, that's the one thing that I do want to add, is that it's almost like we have to think of this schooling that's taking place at home, not as homeschooling. One of the very interesting articles that I read in the beginning of lockdown was written by a mom who's a homeschooling mom, but she also has a degree in curriculum design. And she said that when you choose to homeschool your child, you do extensive research on a program that child is going to follow. You have your support systems in place, and they are usually very good support systems for homeschooling families. Different farms presenting different subjects, for example. There's a structured platform that you're used to and that you choose to engage on. Whereas what's happening now is that this is sort of thrown at parents. It wasn't necessarily their choice, and they have to try to, make sense of all of this with limited resources, not necessarily having a printer or a scanner at home, not necessarily having the right stationery at home either. So I think from that perspective, parents can really sort of just pat themselves on the shoulder and realize you're doing a good job throughout all of this, because no one could have seen this coming and it wasn't your choice.
Kids, are you back with your paper? Parents, I hope you enjoyed that. We'll have a little segment like that every week with a professional, just giving a little bit of an input to encourage you to rest your minds and hearts assured that you are doing okay. Kids, we're going to do something special for Mom now. She's not really allowed to see this part, but it's okay. She can step away for a minute or two. And while you get all your things ready, you're going to need some paper, some scissors, and some crayons. You can always do this later. You can spend the whole week doing this and perfect it. Older ones, you can go to town with your creativity. But we're talking about moms this Sunday, and it's a big day. It's Mother's Day, and we're gonna have to pull out all our creative stops to make it happen, because we don't get to just quickly go to the shops and buy a gift. We have to actually make one. So we're going really old school with this craft. So we're talking about moms, and we're celebrating moms. And one of the big female figures in the Bible is a lady by the name of Esther. You may have heard of her before, but there's a wonderful Bible story of Esther in the Old Testament. So Esther loved God, and she knew that God loved her, and he had a plan for her life. But there was also a man called Haman. Haman worked for the king, but he did not love God very much. Haman had a plan to do something very mean to Esther's family. One day, Haman told the king that he should get rid of a whole group of people. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? When Esther heard this, she was so upset. The king didn't know that the people Haman wanted to get rid of were her friends and family. They loved God just like she did. What should she do? Esther was scared. But then her cousin Mordecai came to tell her something. Mordecai said, "God loves you, Esther. You're very special. And for such a time as this, you were made for this." So Esther trusted God's plan. She went to the king and asked him to save her friends and family. And guess what? The king said yes. Yay! Go Esther! So God had a plan for Esther, and he has a plan for us too. He loves us very much. So we're going to be making a little craft, and here's a short clip to show you how. I hope you guys have fun with it. So we're going to make all these little bits of paper. So we're going to have all these little bits of pieces of paper to make our card that says "I love you" to pieces. And the best part is this craft gives you permission to just make a big mess for a while and cover your table in small pieces of paper. Just cut it all up. Got some help here from our tractors. So we always need help to do these things. And are you ready, Filma? Yeah! Cameraman? Oh! Yay! Yay! There's one more thing, and that is a Mother's Day challenge that we want to pose to everybody except the moms. Moms, this one's not for you. So the challenge is, I want all the kids or the dads to do something at home that mom usually does every day. Maybe it's a bit of cleaning or the laundry, or maybe it's something fun that she gets to do, breakfast in bed, or she makes tea or coffee. Why don't you guys give her a break this week, even if it's just once, and do those things for her and in her place. And then while you're at it, have some fun with it, take a photo and send it to one of our platforms. We'd love to share these and encourage each other and our moms with a little challenge. So you guys can do that for homework. Remember your cards, and remember to log on every day on the Kids Church pages at 8 o'clock for a little activity or an encouragement from us to you. Hope to see you next week.